welcome back, y'all. And thank you for tuning into another video. You guys are amazing. And don't you dare tell me you're not, because you are. And if you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Coach Danny. Now today I'm going to answer some of your emails very briefly here. And if you email me and I have not gotten back to you, it doesn't mean I don't like you or I'm ignoring you. It only means that I got so much going on outside of your email. So give me a little more time to answer your emails. But today I set aside some time specifically just to go in and answer a few emails. All right. And I got my special glasses to help me read. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Our first email here, it comes from a Davy Tipton. And Davy wrote in and said, "Dear Coach Danny, I hope this message finds you well. My name is Davy Tipton, and I've been following your work for some time. I truly admire how you use your platform to highlight real stories and encourage people to pursue their goals. I'm reaching out because I'm at a turning point in my life and could really use some guidance. For several years, I've been cutting hair both in established barbershops and from my own basement." Wow, good for you, Davy. It's sometime I generally enjoy it, and over time I've built confidence in my skills. Lately, I've been seriously considering taking the next step and opening my own barbershop. Wow. There's a building in my neighborhood that's been abandoned and boarded up for quite some time. I believe I'm reading that correctly. Every time I pass by it, I can't help but to imagine what it could become. I have experience in drywall, flooring, windows, ceilings, and other general contract work, so I feel capable of putting in the physical effort myself. I'm sharing my story with you because I respect your voice in this platform. If you feel my journey and ideal could resonate with your audience, please share my story. Absolutely. And once again, everybody's story is welcome here. Regardless of what type of business you have, just reach out to me, email me. And if at any point I feel that we can't connect, then I will let you know. Absolutely. Well, for starters, Davy, I'm going to say, do the research behind this building that you're so passionate about. Find out who the owner is. And by all means, I'm not a real estate agent, but I will start there. You know, find out the history of it, because the owner could have taken out a double mortgage. You definitely want to set up a time where you can do a walkthrough, look inside, check out the foundation, get it appraised. I mean, find out what you're getting yourself into before you pursue this building. Now, I didn't say whether you're buying, you want to buy or rent this particular property, but even if you're thinking about renting it, get with the landlord. Tell them, say, "Hey, I'm good with drywall, construction. I'm a contractor. I do these type of works. Can you cut me a monthly deal in rent if I can do some of the works myself?" And then also weigh your options. Don't just leave it at this one particular building here, because if it doesn't work in your favor, at least you'll have some other options to fall back on. And then also there's a website. U.S. Land Records. Yeah, U.S. Land Records. Go to that website, put in your state, and then once your state comes up, put in the address and your zip code, all the information on the property, and 9 times out of 10, it generally gives you the information back to all the people who's tied into that property. All right? So thank you, Davy, for a wonderful email. Thank you for sharing your story. And let's see, let's hop to our next email here. And this comes in from Melina Oshiami. Okay, you guys, I'm not going to even try to pronounce it. We're just going to say Melina O. So Melina wrote in and she says, "Dear Coach, I hope you're doing well today. My name is Melina O. Reaching out because I'm thinking about opening up." Okay, Some of your information is left out here. Okay, I'm thinking about opening up a dance studio, it looks like. I want it to be a space where people feel comfortable expressing themselves, learning and growing through movement. Along with that, I've also thought about using YouTube to share my journey and bring awareness to what I am doing. However, I keep running into the same problem. Every time I prepare to turn on the camera, I get extremely nervous. I start overthinking, doubting myself, and I end up not recording. Okay. So I see where this is going, Melina. Well, number one, you have to ask yourself, which one is going to be greater for my future? Your fears or your success? Do it while you are afraid. Turn on the camera. Just start recording. You don't have to upload those videos, but at least you can take a look at it and see where you want to make changes or possibly better yourself if you're not happy with the recording. Practice, practice, practice. Warm up yourself before you just put yourself out there. And all right, our next email is from Evelyn. And Evelyn says, hello, my name is Evelyn. Hi, Evelyn. And I'm reaching out because I'm seriously considering starting a daycare business out of my home. My husband and I have been discussing the idea of converting our basement into a daycare. Wow. I understand that there are many state requirements, inspections, and licensing steps involved before we can take the next step. We also know this will likely require taking out a loan to get everything set up properly. What I'm really looking for today is your personal opinion on how to open myself up to strangers that I am inviting into my home. Wow. I can't ignore the concerns that comes with welcoming strangers into my space and being trusted with what matters most to them. Wow. Okay, well, number one, Evelyn, treat those children like your own. Love them like your own nieces and nephews, your families, your friends, whomever. Because over time, once those kids are in and out, day by day, in and out of your home, you'll become more comfortable with them. You'll develop your own relationship with each individual kid as well as their parents. It takes time. You have to grow on them and they have to grow on you. There's no special technique or you don't have to make up a personality to connect with people. Just be your authentic self. And you open up your heart with love. If this is truly your passion to care for children, all of that is going to come natural. Our next email is from Anonymous. What are the best side hustles? Okay, I'm not going to entertain that. And once again, you guys can email me anonymous, but just make sure it's detailed. All right. Okay, moving on here. This is from Jody. What is the difference between a sole proprietorship and an LLC? Okay. Once again, I'm not an expert at this, but an LLC, limited liability corporation. And this is good to have if you have like a storefront. For example, if you have an accident, slip and fall, disputes with your customers, that's good to have an LLC attached to your business. It protects you. A sole proprietorship, you're the owner. You're pretty much your own business. It's you working behind the scenes. So this is good for if you're doing online products, you're doing hair and nails out of your home, you're considering yourself just you and your business. There's no one else on payroll, pretty much, as a sole proprietorship. You are ownership of everything. All right, moving on. This comes from a Tasha. Oh, you didn't leave your message, Tasha. Another email comes in from Ms. Gaynor. Dear Coach Danny, I recently came across some funds and I am interested in purchasing a laundromat nearby. However, I did meet with the owner and he seems to be pretty pushy about me buying this laundromat. After doing a previous walkthrough, I realized that there were lots of broken down washers and dryers, and it would need lots of repairs. What are your thoughts on this? I am ready to buy. Okay, well, number one, my thoughts on that, if somebody's pushing you, rushing you to do something, you know, it doesn't mean you have to hurry up and buy. You still want to analyze the situation, because you said here in your email there are lots of broken down washers and dryers. So if you don't feel comfortable going all in purchasing this laundromat, then don't do it. It's probably more to the story than what he's leading on. If he's pushing you, if you feel rushed, you know, if you just really want to take on laundromats, places like Dry Clean, do your research. There's more out there. There's more than one laundromat for sale, but the bottom line, the choice is yours. So that's just my personal opinion. Okay, you guys, and I'm going to wrap the session up for this video, but I am going to answer one last quick email here. And this one comes from a Mr. Jack. Hi, Mr. Jackson, how are you? I'm sorry, I'm laughing, you guys, because he's a former teacher. I know him personally. And honestly, I think he's trying to test my knowledge here. So Mr. Jackson says, what are the best startup loans and business loans for people with bad credit? Okay, so you may want to look into SBA Microsoft loans. You can get up to $30,000 to about $50,000, I think. And yeah, but also when you get your business up and running, your establishment is now functioning, look into some business loans. You know, don't try to use your personal credit when you know it's not that great. Build your business credit over time. Apply for those credit cards. You know, prove yourself that way, because most of them are less likely to report you to the credit bureaus. All right. And then also visit Noelle Randall's YouTube channel. She is very good when it comes to startup loans, business loans, and so on and so forth. So take a look at that. All right. So until next time, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Bye, and have an amazing day.